Paul Hefty here, 492W. I want to talk about our first CPD, number one, talking about professional leadership, management vision. Um, Again, what we'll do is look at some objectives here, why, and then look at some organization or business design from chapters 1 and 2. Some key points, chapters 1 and 2 for the first CPD. It is focused on project 3 coming up, where you're going to start to design and describe your individual business vision. Need to describe the business type and kind of the design focus using some of the types and terminology from the chapters. We'll also need to look at your leadership and management models. We'll look at some different resources, some situational theory. So then you'll describe what is leadership to you. What are some goals? These are your values, kind of your vision, general terms, but then looking at specific leadership objectives. It's important. These are where now you start to describe specific strategies to achieve those goals. And then the third part is we need to evaluate to see if those strategies are actually helping us achieve those goals. This is what we call QC, as quality controls. And again, example of that would be simply in the course where we're doing the online quizzes to see if you are actually reading the material and then applying it to the projects. Again, there's 4 types of organizations that the textbook talks about. We use that as kind of our foundation and our terminology. And then a reminder from Health Law, Affordable Care Act, 50 plus full-time employees, and we're talking 30 hours constitutes full-time. You are required by law then to provide health benefits. 50 or less, you are not, but again, there are tax break incentives. You can pick either one, but you want to cite health law as part of the law, what you have to do, what you can do. And then last, we'll look at some activities, workshops that you need to do here with the lectures, because everything in the workshops are first drafts or brainstorming for projects down the road, indoor quizzes. With health law, again, each of the CPD discussion boards you're going to do, each week we're going to use the subject of, like this week, leadership, management, and actually business types. But you want to look at the impacts with those titles and health law. So when we look at leadership, one of the goals of the Affordable Care Act was provide affordable health care for all. So as the economist said, looking for the greater good for all involved. Another thing is you can look at key points, the pre-existing conditions, how that impacts all of us. And then again, a great resource, very credible one, most credible there is out there, is the Kaiser Foundation. Again, it'll help provide education for your staffs, but also for all of us, and concreteness to health law. Some ideas then, again, look at leadership and organization design. Leadership is for all, not the few. And then the goal of the Affordable Care Act. Some organizational design review. Again, chapter 2 talks about 4 different types in health fitness management. First one is a for-profit small business in the fitness or health industry. A lot of you will be this type. Some questions here to answer again is, what are some new rules according to insurance? We talked about the 50 plus or 50 or less full-time employees. And then question 2, make sure we understand how insurance works, because this impacts how you create revenue and also your expenses for your small business. Second one then is nonprofit organizations, and these are community facilities. These are any place that provides benefits for that community. And again, this can be real common examples would be the YMCA from a fitness standpoint. It's a community-based nonprofit, but there's tons of nonprofit health focused businesses right now. It's kind of the cutting edge way to do that. The benefit of this is you get a tax exempt status if you file as a nonprofit and get the okay to be a nonprofit organization. You need to do that with the government. Once you get that status though, then you're tax exempt. So a good example would be your supplies and things that you're buying are not going to be taxed. Again, question 3 here, again, need to look at What is Medicare and Medicaid? Understand that, because that'll impact these nonprofit. And then the question would be, is Penn State University a for-profit or nonprofit organization? It is actually a nonprofit. So again, you don't want to think nonprofit is you don't make as much money versus a for-profit. Penn State makes a lot of money. It needs to be proportionate to what you are revenue generating and then the money you give. There's also board members and different things that are required with a nonprofit. So Penn State fits all that. Remember, we're providing something for the community and educating people. So most universities, religious affiliated businesses, and then other examples in the health industry, like in the fitness, like the YMCA, are nonprofit. Number 3 is a hospital-based. Hospital-based is going to be anything in the health industry. Again, this could be your physical therapy, private physical therapy, to wellness. Can be a small medical clinic, can be your fitness facility. And then last is a corporate-based fitness and health center. Again, it's where you're going to actually provide for a corporation. You're going to go in-house and do the wellness, the fitness, or the health services for that business. So question 5, how does the Affordable Care Act, has it impacted these different types of organizations in the fitness industry? What's real important here is you don't have to be just one of these when you start to talk about your business. It can be 2, 3, 4. So you can be a nonprofit and a for-profit at the same time. You're going to file, obviously, nonprofit status. You can be hospital-based, and then you can also go ahead and provide those services for a corporation. So you can see how you meet combinations. Okay, here's a workshop, and this is we're going to do typically every week, and it'll be more of this focus and less actual review. But you want to go ahead and pause the video and do these real quick. Just answer these 6. This is a brainstorming start session. We'll use this quite a bit. So again, number 1, what type of organization are you going to be? Use the 4 we talked about as your basis. It can be examination again. Then talk about what is your definition of leadership, and then also your definition of management. We'll show those are similar, but they're different in a lot of ways. Number 3, what is your overall vision? You can think about these are your beliefs, your principles, your values. Again, then how are you going to make those goals reality? Specific strategies. Come up with at least one. And then look at a way to evaluate. Again, the example I used is all the online quizzes we're using, kind of a training evaluation or assessment method. And then last, start to look at some more Affordable Care Act or health law considerations with your business. So write those down, and then we'll use them here on the next one. Okay, once you have that, now we can start to put those together, and you can start to do your first draft of the vision for your organization. Use those notes, and this becomes kind of the thesis statement, and then you'll see you're going to answer a lot of questions you'll use in that first written project 3. The reason we want to do this, why we're doing this, your vision helps be your guide. It helps you make difficult decisions so you're consistent in the way you lead in your business and the way you manage it. In other words, good boss. Again, before you start this part, make sure you go do 1 through 6. And it's a good method of starting to work on your projects. The rest here is just going to be some additional information you can look at. You can see here, this is a great way to do your CPD research sharing. You can just find role models and examples. Steve Jobs here. I like to, when we do role models or research, go back with individuals, go find their whole bio, really learn their history, why they became who they are, and then look at some key points that they've learned in their leadership. You can see down here, rules for success, quick video.